All right, what's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. We are just hanging out here in the Spy. We've got a jam-packed day today. Again, the whole point of our show today, the reason why we're spending these 45, 50 minutes together every day around noon is to get some trade ideas going. We want this to be the best trade idea resource out there, the best 45 minutes you can spend to generate trade ideas. Ideas are going to come from myself. They're going to come from Jason. They're going to come from guests that we bring onto the show, and most importantly, they are going to come out of the chat. So, guys, we are using the YouTube chat. If you're watching on Periscope or Facebook, you want to participate in the chat, go to Benzinga's YouTube page, click on the live video, give us a like, give us a subscribe so we can get this thing built up because, again, the more likes we get, the more subscribes we get, etc., the bigger audience that we have, the more we get this thing up and rolling. So, anyway.
Hey, good afternoon, Luke. Good afternoon.
What's up?
Can you hear me?
I hear you, yes.
Dude, I am liking some trades. We'll get into them, but I'm liking some of the stuff that we built up the last couple of weeks, doing well, and taking these positions that don't always perform the next day. I feel like sometimes people treat the stock market like the casino. Like, I'm going to give you a pick today, and tomorrow it needs to perform. So when I'm playing blackjack and I see, and I try to count cards a little bit, get a high positive account when you have a lot of low cards. You go plus one, plus two.
You say that, but these past few weeks we've been insane. we've been picking these stocks and they've been like running 2 days later.
True. You're a Palantir.
We're not promising it. Jason had Upwork. I mean, we had a lot of stocks like that.
You're right.
But we've gotten some good plays.
No, you're right. But the more I treat it like, when you expect it for the next day, it doesn't happen, you freak out sometimes. And like Tesla hasn't really moved for me, but I'm almost certain this, within 6 months, this thing's going to be more than it is today. What's the other one I was buying? Ford. We talked about Ford yesterday. Ford is going to continue to rise. It just is. There's the momentum is there now. The only way it's going to F up is if they don't do anything. I mean, we got the CEO on Kramer tonight. Kramer loves him. Kramer knows him from a past experience. So Ford should be on the radar. But yeah, that's true. I'm talking us down. But the picks
We're not always going to be this hot. And that's why we need the chat, guys. Drop in your tickers. Let's get this idea flow going.
But what I want to tell you, Luke, and I haven't told you this, and I know I'm screaming your flow, I have freed up some liquidity. I have sold a bunch of my stocks. Not when I say I've sold a bunch, I reduced my position size because I'm getting ready to load up on another position. And so
we've got a new pick coming.
So let's say my account, my margin was 20. I was on margin around 40 to actually about 40%. I used to be like 20%. Then Luke,
so you're like 140% long, basically.
So then Luke encouraged me to go on margin more. It's true. So I did. Now I'm on margin only about 5%. Okay. So could be a load up moment, and it's not maybe today, but a pick will be coming out. And there could be a load up moment. So that's exciting. And I'm happy to free up some of the cash to do that. And still maintain a positive yield interest. Like, so when I free up cash, I may buy them into like a high yielding cash market, like ETF that's a 3% yielder. So it's not a total of like, just get out of the market, but I'm just throwing you off a little bit on your routine. And I came in right away. I see we got about 400 people here already. By the way, we're on Facebook, YouTube, and all these different channels, LinkedIn. But as Luke said, there's a lot of conversation happening in the YouTube channel. So if you want to see that, just go to YouTube and type in Benzinga and hit the live video. And we'd appreciate wherever you're watching, hit the like button or share this button with your other friends, because that's the way the YouTube algorithms find us. So we really, really appreciate you can hit that like button. And now I'm going to let Luke take it away with his beginning part of the show, because I did interrupt, but that was out of excitement to talk to everyone. So Luke, take it away.
No, I like the excitement. That's good.
Okay.
What I was going to do is I was going to hop straight into the portfolio. I was just going to go over the trades real quick. So let's do that. And I see some questions building up in the comments. So once we run through the portfolio, we'll hop over. We'll bang through those questions. I'm also going to talk about the small bank trade. That's something that people were asking about yesterday. I have tickers for you. Jason, we can't hear you. I can hear you.
If you guys think Luke's camera is amazing and you think his quality looks awesome, give me a 1. If you think doesn't look great, give me a 2.
If you think Luke looks good without the camera, any camera that he's using, you can drop a 3 in there.
All right, thank you.
But we're gonna do we're gonna look at what people are reading on Benzinga.com, and then we may or may not have a new power pick coming out. So we've got a lot of stocks to talk through today. But all right, first things first, let's hit these portfolio stocks again. We're being transparent. You know, all these trades that Jason and I are talking about, I mean, these are real moves that we're making. We're showing our live portfolios. We're making ourselves vulnerable here. But here are the recent closed trades that we have. So we bought Ford yesterday, 841. We bought that live on the show, added that one into the portfolio. We sold Palantir a couple days ago. This was a great trade. We went from 10 to 15 in about a week. We added Zoom on Monday's weakness. And we closed Snap where we were in Snap from 13 bucks, got up to 43. We stopped out. We closed Snap. So those are the closed trades.
And you're right. You're doing some quick trades there on Snap. You did a quick trade there. I mean that, and your Ford and your. I mean, yeah, all these things were quick trades. And I want you to know you got a bunch of 1 and 3s, Luke. So they're telling you that your camera looks amazing.
Haircut on point. There we go. I got a new haircut. It was overpriced.
And you're not married yet, Luke. So you have some demand out there. Okay.
Yeah,
so let's keep that. Oh, you got a haircut. I forgot about that. Okay. So and there's your live for. What is MIXT though? I see this MIXT in your account. I'm not familiar.
So MIXT, it's mixed telematics. I've been in this one for a little while. But basically, they make hardware for semi trucks, right? So semi trucks becoming smarter, right? This is like a smart vehicle play, a 5G type play. So instead of, let's say you operate semi trucks that are shipping things all across the world. Instead of you just having to rely on your drivers checking in, telling you where they're at, telling you how fast they're going, the operating companies now have access to all of that data in real time, right? So if they see that their semis are speeding, they're going 90 miles an hour on the freeway in a 60 zone, they know this information in real time and can talk to the drivers. They can see at any given moment exactly where the semi is. So if they need to tell a customer that something is going to be delayed by 3 hours, they can do that. It's not just relying on the driver to feed them that information. So I think it's very much so a futuristic company. That one's a long-term holding.
Got it. Okay. Is that one I should buy today and go all in?
I'm not saying that. Let me add that to the research list. I got to look at where it's been trading.
Okay.
I've been in that one for a while. Other ones that we had recently, Moderna. Look at that one. Another 4% today on Moderna. They had positive news yesterday. Basically, they are very close to coming out with their interim analysis on their COVID vaccine, up 4%. Zoom, we're back to break even on Zoom. We bought that one on Monday's weakness. Got hammered Tuesday. We're back to break even on Zoom, so we're watching that one closely. Rocket companies, Raz, this one is a favorite of yours.
Yep, absolutely. Rocket. Jay Farner was on with Jim Cramer last night talking the stock, talking they may buy the stock. Guys, I like Rocket. I like it I say a long-term play, but I like it for the short-term and long-term. I do. And there's just a lot of tailwinds behind the head of it that can move this stock. So I'm staying in. And again, not all stocks are tomorrow. I got to say it again. I've been giving Upwork for months. 16.15. Lexi, the girl who texted me, Jason, my Upwork is going down. It's down. I went from 16 to 15 to 4. She doesn't talk like that, but I'm not good at talking like a girl. So if you are listening, Lexi, don't take offense. And the stock now today, guys, it broke 30 from 15 to over 30. Like this was your chance to go retire in Hawaii for a little bit. Like, and so am I saying Rocket's going to double in 3 months? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I think that has good fundamentals. The earnings are off the chart. $7 billion in cash for this kind of company. I'm not a seller. I'm just not, Luke. And if it gets to 18, I'm buying more. You know what happens if it gets to 18? I know Rocket's going to buy shares. They have $1 billion authorized. They're going to buy a shit ton of shares. So I
load up at 18. I mean, I'm in it from 20 and feel good about it. It's at 22 right now. So yeah.
I'm in it from 18. That's my thing, and you know that.
All right, let me ask you this one. Cureleaf. I got into this one from you. I added this one to the portfolio at $9. It's at 10.67 right now. Do I hang on to Cureleaf or do I take this quick 20% run and dump it?
So I sold 50% of the position. I think I have about 3,000 shares left, and I'm hanging on to that for a couple more days.
All right, so I'm adding that one to the watch one. Cureleaf, that might be a stock we're closing tomorrow. box. That's another one that we added. That
And
one's
my
just
other
hanging
speaking
out.
of Curaleaf, my other cannabis play is TRSSF. TRSSF. We bought it at $3 from the show, and now it's at around 7 something. Let me pull it up. TRSSF. Do you want
I've
to show?
got it.
You want to show it on Benzinga Pro? Hey, and if you're listening to the show and you want to get a Benzinga Pro and see how we find our trades, do me a favor and call my buddy Jonathan Mallard at 313 something something. Never I can remember that guy's number. I don't know where he went. Christian, are you on? Okay. So he's not on, Jonathan. I don't know. Well, I'll get his number soon. All right, Luke, I failed on that Jonathan's number. Hey.
Sorry, I'm dropping in an email in the YouTube chat. VIP accounts at benzinga.com. If you want to get Benzinga Pro, you want to get some high touch customer service, I'm dropping in the special email address so that way everybody out there who's listening can check it out.
Okay, so now what else do we got? What do we got? What's next?
All right, what do we got? All right, I've got a couple more stocks that I wanted to highlight. Zoom, I didn't finish my little spiel on Zoom yet. So we got the stock up 3.5% today.
Whoa. How many points? Give me some help on that one.
All right, we are up $17 on Zoom.
Wow, 430 again. So Luke, you were right, man.
I'm back to break even on Zoom. We bought it here. Let's see. Let's look at the 1 month chart. We're gonna see this big red candle, right? This is Monday where I have my mouse here. We bought the stock on this weakness when it was down about 20% Monday. Got hammered, hung on to it. We're back to break even on Zoom. We're gonna let the momentum keep running on this one. I heard that Zoom might be on Kramer in the next couple of days. I don't know if that's true or not, but if so, we'll get that nice Kramer bounce that we're seeing in Rocket today. So we're hanging on to Zoom. We're watching.
Show me a Rocket chart, boss.
All right, here's the RKT. Here's 1 month on Rocket.
Yep, there you go. Kramer bounce. We should put that in our charts. The Kramer bounce.
The Kramer bounce. Yep.
Yeah, like I don't know, on the pro team, Chris Kaji, if you listen to me sometimes. You know what I may buy? Okay, well, keep going. I have a stock I may buy today.
All right, and then I was just going to talk about the last one. We added this stock. It's down today. We added this stock to the portfolio yesterday. Ticker F Ford. And basically the thesis on Ford, I'm going to pitch it again in case you guys didn't hear it. They've got a big EV push coming out into the next year. There's been so much money flowing into these electric vehicle stocks that should benefit the stock. They also have the Bronco. Those are the two stories on Ford. I like those two stories rolling into next year. On the valuation side of things, the stock is only trading at 0.25 price to sales. 0.25. General Motors is trading at 2 times. Toyota is trading at 1.5 times. So there is room for multiple expansion. Ford has growing revenue. They have growing EBITDA. They're paying a 6% dividend. So there's the case on Ford.
I just bought Ford as we talked. Shares executed at $8.19. The Ford trade is on. We are on. We are live.
All right, you've got a better price than me. I added yesterday. We added 200 shares at $8.42. Jason's got it for $8.19. So right now you're beating me.
I had a little more than your chump change 200 shares, sir.
All right.
I had maybe another 0. Maybe not.
You're going big on it.
I'm not going to say I'm mortgaging the house. Someone got mad at me once. I said on Upwork once, you should mortgage the house when I was at 16, and Dennis Dick said never say that. And I didn't really mean it like you should go mortgage your house on it. Now, in hindsight,
yeah, not literally.
But in hindsight, if I put $300,000 on Upwork at $16, I have another $300,000 then. So yeah. I didn't mean it literally, so I won't say that. But yes, Luke. I'm buying.
You're buying big. You're buying size.
I'm buying size. Yep. The new Bronco is awesome. For Ford, and that's my thing, and that's my trade. I'm still trying to get you guys Jonathan Mallard's number. He's out to lunch or something, but keep going, Luke.
All right, the last thing I'm going to say with the portfolio, I love days like today. We are flat right now in the portfolio. We've got SPY down 0.5%, Dow down 0.5%, and the Qs are flat. So I love any day where SPY is down 0.5%, decent move on SPY, and we're sitting flat. I mean, that's room for us to get some alpha over the market.
All right, so Luke,
yes,
what what would be the craziest thing? Like, so if next week in the market, something that you didn't expect, what would be? So, like, I'll give you an example of something that I expected. So I expected Suburban Propane to have really strong earnings. They beat earnings by like 12 cents, but the stock didn't rocket because a lot of it was speculated. It didn't really fall. It's down to 1.5%, nothing crazy. But what is something like, I guess what I mean by this question is, if Suburban Propane missed earnings and it was down 20%, I'd be in shock. What is something that could shock you in the market next week?
All right, I'll give you two. How about I give you a macro item and I'll give you a stock specific item?
Yeah, and I want to do this every day because I think it's good to look at those anomalies that could come true or not come true and potentially trade against them.
All right, so here's my macro one.
Thank
I think that most people are counting the. I'm about to get flamed for this. I'm being apolitical. I'm just speaking from reason, but I think that most people are counting the election as done and over with, right? But check this out. If we go to the betting market is building in a 15% chance that Trump is going to win the election, right? So something which would surprise me is if we get any of these lawsuits taking like major form or being very real for changing election results. That will cause some market shakeup, right? We've seen a lot of run in these solar stocks. I'm in the solar ETF. We've had a really nice run in that one. And we've had several moves like that with the market sort of pricing in a Biden win. But check this out. This is the betting market. The betting market is building in a 15% chance that Trump will win this election. So if there's any sort of traction or movement there, that's something that will surprise me and I think will shake up the market a little bit because it will build in uncertainty. There's my macro one. Here's my micro one. I'm going to talk about Moderna again. Again, this is a stock that we're in the portfolio. I closed it out. But we're up about 25% of Moderna. We bought Moderna as our vaccine play, basically, because they are signing mega deals with a ton of governments all over the world to be distributing their vaccine, assuming that it gets through trials. We will get data out of Moderna within the next 2 weeks. If that data is bad, that's something that would surprise me. Because basically my thesis is they're only going to spend all the sales energy and all these governments that are doing major due diligence to figure out which vaccines to start buying wouldn't be happening if the vaccine wasn't going to work. So that's something that would surprise me is if we got bad news out of Moderna.
Okay. So no, those were good ones for this thing. And as you were talking, Luke, I made a couple trades. I sold my call options on Suburban Propane. They were up a decent amount, and the price that they were selling at were like 150. That was the ask, and the buy was like 135, and the last execute was 140. So I put mine at 145. I thought it would take a little bit of time to execute. I hate when they get executed right away. They executed like that. It means I priced my options a little too low. Like I could have cut them a little bit, but they're
and
gone.
So here's my thought on this trade of yours. Basically, you're buying propane. You think that restaurants are going to need heating for outdoor seating due to COVID.
Yep.
I think you're maybe just early with the timing, right? So the quarter that they would have just reported on are the months of what? August, September, October. It's probably going to be no, it's July, August, September are the months that they just reported on. And so it wasn't really that cold yet. So do you think the trade still stands for the next quarter where it's going to be October, November, December?
So that's a great point because that's my challenge. So lithium, LTHM, I own the stock for 2-3 years now, and now the stock is rocketing like crazy. And I get really early into these trades, and you're right, I could be on this. But I had so much money in Suburban Propane, it's probably my third biggest position. So I'm trimming it out because the catalyst that I was looking for was on earnings. The Luke's point was I may have been a little early. Now we bought it at 1470, and now it's at 1630. So we still have an 11% gain, but I put a lot of cash into it, and so I want to take that cash so I can use it elsewhere. You may be right. I'm not selling out the whole position. I'm incrementally selling, and maybe I'll buy it back. Maybe I'm early, and you're right, Luke, because LTHM, I own this stock for 3 years. My buy prices are like.
Wait, you're in this one for 3 years?
LTHM? Okay, let's go.
Okay, this is a long-term holding.
It didn't mean to be. It was to do one of these things. I'm like, lithium is the biggest no-brainer buy, and this is 3 years ago. Because I'm like, I'm an electric. I get on trends early. I mean, if you want to talk about futurists, I'm not a futurist, but I go on stocks and I look them. Okay, so I bought LTHM. Oh my god, I can't even imagine how early I bought this thing. I have to go back to an earlier date.
All right, while you're looking this up, I'm calling this your Eddie Lampert trade.
There you go.
And you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, because he got in, but then but didn't perform. He got in really early on like Kmart and Sears. Is that what you're going with that?
It was Sears, right? So there's the old joke, right? When a trade turns into a long-term position, right? You're getting into a stock to trade it. It doesn't
Yep.
go your way, so it ends up being one of your long-term holdings.
Yeah.
Eddie Lambert took it to a whole nother level. If you don't know him, he's a big billionaire hedge fund manager. He bought a massive stake in Sears, right? We say this is when your trade turns into a full-time job. Bought a massive stake in Sears. The company started going against him. And so he made himself CEO of the company. It was what, CEO of Sears for years, literally years, and it's like that's when your trade turns into literally a full-time job, which
Well,
I think is hilarious.
just to put it in perspective, so LTHM, let's go through it.
Yep.
It's at $13.30 now or something.
Yep.
I originally bought it in size at $12. Then I bought it a month later at $8. And then I bought it a week after that at $5.52. Then I bought it a day later at $5.85. Then I bought it a month later, or no, 3 weeks later at $4.70. Okay, so I started buying
Wow.
LTHM at
You've
12.
really been building this thing. I mean, that's great execution.
So and then I bought my last buy was at $6.85. Okay, all right. So this is I bought all those shares. So 600, 1,000. So 600, 1,000 shares, 1,300 shares, 1,800 shares, about 2,000 shares I was buying. So that's and I'm not including my call options here. I bought a bunch of call options too. So that's 2,000 shares, average price around 5. Okay,
Yep.
then I started selling. Okay, because but here's to Luke's point, guys. I get on these trends a little early, so I sold some at 8:35. Wow, I sold some at 8:35. I sold some at 9. Sold some at 10, and now it's at 13. And I sold, and I had a lot more. So to Luke's point, the suburban propane next quarter could be the killer quarter. Could be. I was hoping suburban propane would guide way higher. I haven't had a chance to listen to the entire conference call, but obviously the market is not like taking it. But yeah, so now I have, let's go there. So I have 400 shares of lithium when I had 2,000 shares. I had 2,000 if I didn't ever sell, so 2,000 times 13 is 26,000, and I have 5,000. Now I have options on it. I have December 10 calls. I have 4 of those, and then
The
I have
$10 strike you're saying for the December?
yeah, I have the December strike, and then I have the $15 strikes too. So
Let's grab some of these chat tickers.
yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah. Let's do, guys. If you're in the chat, bring up some tickers. Luke can bring technicals. Oh, we should bring Christian on now. We have a guest. Is he here yet? Or should you want to do the tickers first?
Yeah, you want to work on bringing him on, and I'll run through some of these tickers.
Oh, and I got good news too when you're getting your tickers thing loaded. Jonathan Mallards, if you guys want to see how Luke and I find a lot of our trades, we find them through Benzinga Pro. You can call Jonathan Mallard or his team, and they'll give you a special discount. It's called the Raz discount, and his number is 313-915-5155. That's 313-915-5155. The first 3 people to call in will get the Raz discount, which is, I think it's 30% off an annual. And listen, if you don't like it, you can cancel within 30 days. So don't think you're locked into something big, but it's awesome. And this is how I find a lot of my trades. The thing behind the thing, that's up there, because when Luke mentioned Zoom powers a lot of other platforms, and we like to find trades, the thing behind the thing, and that's what Pro helps us do. It helps us discover that. So, all right, you pop in the thing. I'll work with Christian and get him on board. And
all right,
see where he's
I'm gonna
at.
hammer some tickers. And guys, just to preview what we have got coming up. So we're gonna do some tickers right now. We're gonna go do an update on our chat challenge. Again, this is everybody in the chat competing to win an Amazon gift card, some custom Benzinga merchandise. So we'll be doing an update on our challenge of the week. And then we're also going to look at the most read tickers on Benzinga.com to give you guys some exclusive insight into here are the stocks that people care about today. But let's hop over to some of these ticker chats. XPeng, stock up 30%. This is a Chinese electric vehicle play. Again, I love these electric vehicle plays with my new position in Ford. I think that should help the stock in the coming months. But XPeng, they had earnings out today. Let's look at these numbers. So they missed on EPS. They beat a little bit on revenue. I mean, I don't know. For the stock to go from 20 to 44, I don't know if the numbers justify that. If anybody has an opinion on XPeng, drop it in. But again, idea time, Chinese EV stock up 30% after earnings. I definitely wouldn't bet against a stock that's making a 100% move like this. But my quick look is that the numbers do not justify the price.
And this is where I disagree with you. I own a little small stuff of this Xpeng, okay? It's an
Okay.
EV thing, and I'm not saying it has fundamentals to support it, but when I look at this chart, I see some strong buying in it. It could be down 40% tomorrow? Sure. So I just put a flyer in it. Like, I think this is one that people are going to keep talking about. For some reason, I
Like you
do.
think this is the next Neo, basically?
There's a chance I think that, but this is not one. If you're listening to me right now, don't go buy this like you'd go buy an Upwork, because I didn't. I own, say I bought Upwork, say I have 2 stocks in my portfolio, Upwork would have been 98%, this would be 2%. I just did this for fun. I did it for fun. People kept
All
asking
right,
me about
couple
it.
shares.
So no, Luke, don't. You're the one taking the opposing view. Do not buy any
No, I'm
shares.
not buying it. I'm saying
Okay.
you're buying a couple shares.
Yes,
I
that's it. That's it.
I don't buy stocks like this.
Yeah.
All right,
Someone told me. Hey,
Baba.
by the way, someone said I'm 100% better investor in Lampert. Oh, one thing I'm doing, Luke, I didn't tell you guys yet. I'm sorry for interrupting, but one thing I'm doing. If you share the show on your Twitter and you use the hashtag, what's the hashtag? I need to be able to search for it. That's why.
Hashtag Zinger Nation. You like that one or no?
Zinger Nation. I love the hashtag Zinger Nation. If you share the show, the link to the show, and use the hashtag Zinger Nation on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, one of our persons, Aaron Thomas, is going to search for it, and we're going to give away. It's cash giveaway time. We are going to give away $50 a week to one random person who shares the show. The link to the YouTube show or
Blow it
whatever.
out. Let's blow it out. 3 people get it instead of just one.
Well, we're doing it every week though. You want to give it to 3 people? All right. Well, it depends. Okay, we'll see. So $50 a week. 50, I want to get a cash logo, but if you share it and put Zinger Nation hashtag, we'll find you and Aaron will message you. You'll get some Benzinga swag and cash or Amazon gift cards. Again, and maybe we'll up that ante. We'll see what kind of volume we get. All right. We want everyone in this community. You guys are all Zingers. You're all part of this. You guys make this show possible. We wouldn't be doing this show if we're just here with me and Luke. There's no one to talk to. So the community is what brings the ideas. CGC, all these different stocks, about Fisker, the KGC, all these different things. I'll stop talking, Alan, I promise. I thought Alan was the guy at our office. So he's not. All right, I'll mute myself in a second, Alan. But yeah, if you share it on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, you use Zinger Nation as a hashtag, we will find you and you'll get rewarded. Because this is how the show spreads. And now
I like George's Chan of my XPath. He's agreeing with me. He thinks that one is a little bit too run up right now. Jason likes it. I don't like it on the XPath. Baba, that's another one that came out of the chat earlier in the show. This one has taken a little bit of a beating. I think the initial catalyst on this was at the IPO of Ant Financial. That's their financial services company. Did not go as planned. It was stopped by Chinese regulatory authorities. I do like a Baba. I'm not in Baba, but I do like a Baba, especially after it's been depressed. But the thing I'll point out, right, the stock is down a decent bit from the 320 down to the 267. It's only at fallen to where it was in August, right? So it's not like it's fallen to a year low or anything along those lines. I mean, you've given up a couple months. So I do like Baba. I'm not in Baba, but I think that's an interesting one to call out. All right, I'm scrolling, looking at some of these other tickers that you guys dropped in. Let's see. Okay, let's do the CGC and let's talk about the whole cannabis trade. That's one that we get all the time on the show. You guys love your cannabis stocks. I love a lot of the cannabis stocks. The stock that I actually bet against in our chat challenge, we're looking for the most losing stock. Mine was ACB. That's Aurora Cannabis, a little bit different than this one. All the cannabis stocks got run up on election results. That one, guys, congratulations on getting into that one. It seems like everybody in the chat got into the cannabis trade before the election. It was almost a no-brainer. We were almost certain that these cannabis bills were going to pass. They passed. The stocks popped, so awesome job there. I still like the cannabis stocks. I'm still in Curaleaf. That's the one that I'm in. I think CGC is another decent one to go in. The only one that I didn't like was Aurora Cannabis, just because Aurora moved 150%, while the rest of these stocks moved 20%. So I do like the CGC. Let's look at another one. DK asking about Intel and Fisker. So let me pull up these tickers. INTC. So we've got Intel here. Man, this has been a choppy trade. All right, Intel, this is an interesting one. We had the Apple event yesterday where Apple's going with their own chips in their computers. We already expected that, but they officially confirmed it yesterday. Not great for Intel, but again, the news was already out there. Intel is one that I don't know about. If anybody has an opinion on Intel, let's throw a quick chat poll out there. If you guys like Intel right here, sitting right around $45, throw us a one in the chat. If you don't like Intel, throw us a two. If you've got no opinion like I do, drop the three in. I'm going to type in my little three for Intel because I'm uncertain on this one. Again, it's a choppy chart. Neo, we would be remiss if we saw Neo in the chat. We didn't talk about Neo. EV stocks ripping again. I love the Ford trade because they're going to have more and more EV news out as the year closes into next year. And there's been just so much energy into Neo stock. I mean, anybody who's been in this one, we're looking at a 1 year chart right now. I mean, you're almost guaranteed to have been a winner. I missed the Neo boat. I never got into it. But the way that I think about stocks like this is let the momentum ride, right? If you're in the stock right now, I would not sell it. What I would do is I would put a stop, right, a limit down on it. So basically, what that means is you're saying, okay, I'm going to sell shares if they cross below $46. The stock's at 48 right now, and it gives you sort of the best of both worlds. If the momentum continues with the stock continues to climb, you still get that upside in Neo. If the stock starts to collapse, your trade is automatically going to be closed. You're not running the thing all the way down to 20. So that's my thought in Neo. All right, going back to this quick Webull thing. Nobody, or sorry, not going back to this Intel question. Nobody has opinions on Intel. Yeah, that's sort of a boring one. But let's try again with Neo. I bet that you guys have a lot of opinions on Neo. If you like Neo, drop in the one. You don't like Neo, drop in the two. I'm putting in my one for Neo. Again, I'm not in the stock, but if I had to pick a side, I would pick that I like Neo.
Did we have the Neo CEO on the show yet? The morning show or anything?
We have not. I don't believe so.
Let's get him on. And then the other thing, Luke, can you go to Disney next or put it in your list? In the chat, people are talking about Disney earnings coming up this week, it looks like. Do you have Disney in the pro thing?
Yeah, let's look at Neo and let's look at Disney a second. But look at this Neo. There is a lot of love in Neo in this chat. We've got two people who put in the two for not liking Neo. Everybody else loves the Neo trade. I like the Neo. And somebody's asking about my Palantir. Is Palantir already priced in? That's one that I closed at $15 a little bit earlier this week. We got out of the Palantir trade. I'm not getting back into it yet.
Hey, speaking of Neo, I don't know if some guys in the chat room are use Twitter. If you guys see someone who tweets about Neo and they're really accurate and they know a lot, tweet us that name and we'll bring the person live on the show. So if you guys ever see someone that you want that knows a lot about a stock and you want to hear what they have to say, like in a video format, send us the name and our producer Aaron will reach out to get them on the show.
Good. All right. What's the Disney trade?
Well, no, it's in the chat and these guys are, so is there earnings today after market today? Okay, so Disney's at 136. If you look at let's look at a 50-week high, 50-week low. So the chart says 153. Yeah, it was at 144 earlier this week. Disney did lay off people. They did cut people at ESPN. Obviously the parks are, way down. Obviously ESPN viewership is down. So the question is Disney a buy ahead of earnings today? I remember owning Disney at 105. My concern is if Disney gets to 200, I mean, is this one to chase? Let's see what our market cap is for Disney right now. We're at
219.
219 billion. Okay. God, it's crazy what he's done versus what Michael Eisner did. I mean, Disney didn't move for 7 years. It literally did. If you can give me a 6-year chart or 10-year chart,
here's a 5-year on Disney.
You're gonna go 10. Give me a 10. I need a 10.
All right, here's your 10.
So look at this.
So
Disney, I owned it, dude. Wow. I owned it at $36. Disney. It stayed at $36 for like 10 years. I bought Disney when I literally bought when I bought Disney at the same time I bought Apple, and it was just like night and day. It was crazy. So So should you buy Disney ahead of earnings? This is a tough one. This is a buy. I mean, up, down, or all around. Anyone buying Disney? Okay, if anyone is buying Disney ahead of earnings, press 1. I am thinking I'm buying a little thing of Disney, but I don't see it moving big time after earnings. I don't.
All right, here's back to the 1 month chart. I'm not getting into Disney ahead of earnings. I mean, does this stock even move a ton off of earnings? That's another question that I have. I mean, it's so big. Here's a couple gaps. I mean, these could be earnings gaps around here. So maybe there might be a little bit of room. But what does it have going for it, right? Why would earnings be especially good? We know that the parks are open, but limited capacity. That there's not a ton of new content coming out, right? They're not releasing
We
new movies because theaters are closed. They do have their
we
streaming service. That should be good for stay at home.
that's my trade. The streaming service.
The Disney, whatever it's called, Plus maybe.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know,
All right. I want to kick us over to our daily segment that we've been doing. We're going to keep doing this one as long as you guys still like it and get value out of it. But we're going to the What the Readers Want. We've got our silly little squirrel here. Where we're going to go into some silly little stories. The whole point of the show, again, is to make this the best trade idea resource possible, the best trade idea resource out there, the best way you can spend 45 minutes during your trading day. And so one way that you win in the markets is you have asymmetric information. You've got information that nobody else has. So a way that we can give you an exclusive peek here at Benzinga is we can show you what are the most read stories on our site today. We get 6 million readers on the site every single month. So it's a nice big sample size. Let's go ahead. Let's pull the banner back. Let's look at what these top stocks are and see what people care about today. Number one, all right, Disney. Disney is the number one most read story today. So that's ticker 1. Second most read story of the day. We've got NIO versus Tesla. So again, NIO is hot today. That correlates with the move in the stock. Story number 3, we've got Chinese tech giants. We've got Baba, Tencent. I'm guessing there's a couple other ones in there. Story number 4, Plug Power, and story number 5 about unusual options trading in Disney. So let's do a quick little recap. Again, these are the hottest, most read stories on Benzinga.com today. 6 million readers a month. 2 of the top 5 today are about Disney. So there's a lot of people looking at Disney today. We also have NIO and Tesla in there. NIO's making a hell of a move today, and then we've got some of the Chinese stocks in there. So somebody was asking about Baba earlier. Do we like Baba? I sort of like Baba. I'm mixed about it. But the readers are really interested in Baba today. So if we're getting a lot of interest in the story, the stock isn't moving a ton today. That's typically a bullish sign. So there's some indication there. But all right, I like that double Disney story in the top 5 today. That's interesting. Alrighty, guys. So there is our what the readers want, and I want to take us over to our next segment, which is the chat challenge. Woo! All right, so chat challenge. This is our weekly contest. All you out there in Zinger Nation, we are friends. We share trade ideas all week, but we also like to go head to head, right? We're competing for a $100 Amazon gift card and this cool Benzinga Detroit T-shirt. That's right. We are here in Detroit, Michigan. I'm going to pull the banner down again. I'm going to reveal the leaderboard. The question of the week, and this is a question we asked on Monday at right around 12:30 Eastern. The question was, what is going to be the worst performing stock of the week? And if you recall, Monday was the day that markets were buck wild. We were way up on Monday. We asked the question to the chat, what is going to be the worst performing stock of the week? The final winner is going to be decided tomorrow at this time tomorrow. So make sure you tune in to see if you are the winner or not. But let's take a look at this leaderboard. Still on top, Aurora Cannabis. Everybody who bet against Aurora Cannabis, including yours truly, Hot Stocks Luke, we are sitting on top. The stock is down 32% since we made the call on Monday from 1160 to 781. Coming into a close second place, we've got everybody who bet against AMC. That is the movie theater chain. Scott and Steve there in the chat. And second. So we had 3 people picking Aurora Cannabis, 3 people picking AMC, betting against that one. Third stock, we got a couple folks on Play, ticker PLAY. That is Dave and Buster's. Already who picked Dave and Buster's. That stock is down 20%. And then the last one that I'll highlight is Carnival Cruise Line. Charlie Lima is the ticker there. That stock is down 16% since Monday. So guys, I mean, we did a pretty good job picking some of these stocks that are going to sell off this week. I would say that this contest is still up in the air. I mean the AMC versus ACB. I mean that one could go either way when we close this out tomorrow. Dave and Buster's, it's a reach, but Dave and Buster's could get there because both ACB and AMC, they're both small stocks. They could get a pop tomorrow. And then Carnival again. That one's still in the running. It's a little further off, but this thing is still in the air. I'm gonna go ahead and throw us a little bit of a scroll down. Just
Jack
that way,
wants to know when Benzinga is going public, Luke.
when you find the right SPAC for me, we'll do it. How's that? And we'll announce it on the show.
Okay.
There's a reason to listen in.
Well, if we need the right financer guy, if you're like a CFO and you want to come work here, let us know. Okay, there you go.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So here's the list of stocks in the contest. Some of you did a very poor job, I'm sorry to say, of picking
I think
stocks we're going to lose.
This guy was late to the show today.
Who's late?
Curvos. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he was definitely late to the show. He wants to know what we think of Ford.
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right. So here it is at the bottom. Unfortunately, Rule in the chat, not your week. But that's all right. We're back with the contest every single week. But again, I mean, this one's an F and toss-up. We got ACB, AMC, Play, and CCL all in the running to take this thing home tomorrow. All right.
Should we bring Christian on now or no? Is it too late?
We have 7 minutes.
Or I'll get him on right now in a second.
All right. All right, and all I'm still all right. Jake Keeler is in there twice, and he doesn't mind. Yeah, you get 2 shots at it. And we got somebody in the chat saying that XPEV, the movement XPEV, is about to die out. Let's pull up that one again. Again, this is not one that I love. The earnings numbers didn't look amazing. Let's make this a shorter time horizon chart. Here's the one day. I mean, the thing is hanging out there. I'm not buying this thing. But no way am I betting against a stock that's moving like this. And because we got the question about Ford, I'll recap the 3 stocks that we have in the title today, why we're buying those stocks right now. We have them all in the live portfolio that we've been referencing, always reference. But the stocks that we're in right now, that I added to my live portfolio, Ford, I'm buying it on momentum into EV names, Ford making a bigger push there. Also valuation, the stock is amazingly cheap. It pays a nice fat dividend. Zoom, I bought Zoom on Monday when the stock was down 20% on the Pfizer vaccine news. We got hammered a little bit on Tuesday. We're now back up to break even in Zoom. We're watching Zoom closely, so we're hanging out on that one. And then the third one, Rocket. Rocket is a core holding for both Jason and myself. My thesis on it is that they're going to get expand significantly what they can do. They can grow in mortgages. They can also grow into other verticals. They have so many things figured out. The sales at Rocket are just a machine. They have the buyback. The CEO was on Kramer yesterday. We got the Kramer pop. So there's your quick recap, the rapid fire of the 3 stocks that we've been adding to the portfolio, watching very closely this week.
And I'm working on having Rocket CEO on one of these shows very soon. So, okay, we brought Christian on real quick. I know we have 2 minutes. Christian, what kind of trader are you?
Hey. I would say that I'm a trader who does most of the trading pre-market. So the things that I look for are volume and change percent gain. So I'm looking for stocks pre-market that have increased in the change percent by at least 10-15%. And I'm looking for a volume of, depending on the time, of at least over 1 million shares. So that would, I guess that maybe that would be momentum trading or volume trading. Hopefully there's some news to confirm why it's moving, but I'm looking really for stocks that are moving pre-market where I can use the 5-minute graph on Benzinga Pro using the details and charts tool, and then using my 1-minute platform on my Thinkorswim just to see the levels of resistance and support. So I'm more of a day trader.
Give us some names. Like what type of stocks are you trading, or what are some names that you're looking at today?
So, for example, the other day I traded GTEC. Right now I am in EDRY. The reason why I chose EDRY was because yesterday, actually, I logged on to Benzinga, used the movers, used after hours. I had the exact same criteria, over 10% jump, over 1 million volume, and I saw that I went from $4.03 to $14.50. So kind of thinking logically about it, I didn't get in it after market because I just figured the volume wasn't going to keep going. It already hit the high of 1450, and then it kept going, or it dropped down to 1091, kind of popped back up to 1362, and then kind of was fading since then. So I used the 5-minute chart on the details tool, and then I saw that there was a pop around 920.
Wait, I got the wrong stock up. What's the ticker? It's not Euro.
EDRY.
EDRY.
Yeah, EDRY right? Is the ticker.
Okay, so wait. Why am I not seeing this? Oh, Jesus. Okay, this is a 1-day chart. Holy crap, this thing has been crazy. I thought I was looking at like a 1-year chart. No, this is a 1-day chart, guys. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
here's the 5-day. All right. Now, okay, keep going.
Yeah, so essentially, if you look at the 5-minute chart, you'll notice that there are 2 huge candlesticks. The top of the first candlestick is around 920, or maybe a little bit lower than that, maybe 920. But that's kind of where I put my buy-in. And then today in the pre-market, for example, you can see how it did drop down to 834. But if you use the Fibonacci lines, you'll see if you do 1450 as max, 430 as the minimum, you'll see that 820 is actually a support line. I didn't want to buy in until it confirmed, went back to 920. So you have 920 all the way to around $12 twice in the pre-market, which is around 32% gain. And now I'm kind of I'm in it now because I see that it kind of hit it's just been consolidating around 738. And oftentimes what happens with these stocks is that they either break down or they gap up again closer to the end of the day. So right now what I'm waiting for is just volume, just a volume, I guess, confirmation. You see here since 10:15 or 10:26, it's kind of just been living in this consolidation. So yeah, if you look at the time in sales, people are just waiting for it either to break above. I'm waiting for it to either break above 820 and hopefully run. If it breaks above 820, then it'll open door to 940. It breaks above that, open door 1060. And at that point, I think people will just start buying it a lot. And then the volume will increase, hope maybe past 1450. I don't know. But that would be.
And so are you in the stock right now, or is this just one you're watching and you're on the sidelines with?
I'm currently in the stock right now. I'm hoping.
Okay. You're in it long,
obviously,
right?
I'm in it for today.
Yeah, but I mean, you own shares. You're not shorting it or anything like that.
No, I'm in it. No, yep. I'm not shorting it. I'm owning shares. I'm hoping that, I have my stop loss around 730.
Okay.
So, or maybe a little bit lower than that, kind of just like hovering, and just kind of waiting to see, I guess, volume or momentum from people showing interest towards the end of the trading day. Which could break above. I mean, these stocks are very low, low float. They move like crazy. So it's kind of being able to judge when to buy in and manage your risk appropriately. But you shouldn't be scared of these, I guess, kind of stocks.
I like it. No, that's interesting. I mean, the thing's up 62%. You're hanging on. You're looking for that 820 price. So Christian here, he's in the stock right now. It's at 740. His thesis is if it gets up to that 820, the thing is going to F and run. So there's the trade.
Good. And thank you, Christian. We'll have Christian on more often. He's going to do a morning show as well. And he's just testing this stuff out. So thanks for coming on real quickly, man, for that trade. I know we got to go soon, Luke, right?
Yeah,
but before we go, Luke, we just do me one favor. Will you open up Benzinga Pro into a chat room? Show me one of the chat rooms. In one of the chat rooms I was in about 20 minutes ago, they were talking about FedEx earnings after the bell today. Not a Signals chat room. Thank you. So there's these chat rooms going on all day in Benzinga Pro. That is not the chat room. Bert, what the heck is that? Okay. Show me the chat room again.
Throwing you a refresh.
All right. Okay. All right. Here's chat room. But one of them, there's some chatters. There's like, if you scroll down, there's like 4 different chat rooms, and one of them was talking about FedEx earnings after the bell. So after the close, so that could be a trade. more shipments. I know UPS and FedEx have already taken off, but if you're looking for trade ideas today, there's a binary example here where you can go long and trade FedEx if you think it's going to sell off. I mean, delivery and shipping has been huge, and now they're saying we're going to be back at home again, everyone. So if that's the case, I think FedEx is a play today. So just wanted to say that. I saw that in the chat room on Pro. If you're not in Benzinga Pro, check it out. The chat room, there's like 4 of them, and it's really good because there's not really a lot of noise. It's really high quality, and they filter out the noise. So I just wanted to say that because I found the FedEx trade there today.
All right, I like that. And guys, SPY is getting killed right now since we've been on the show. I mean, we saw SPY. We started, it was down about flat, down 0.5%. I mean, we're now down over 1%. So good luck out there, guys. If you have any feedback for us, we want to make this the best trade idea resource available. So if you have any ideas, thoughts, how we make this better for you, please drop the comments into the chat. And if you like the show, give us a 1. You don't like it, give us a 2. It gives us some encouragement to keep going and trudging through these markets with you guys, sharing our live portfolios.
And we need to name the show. So I think we should do a naming contest. We should put our top 5 names that we have in here, and then either vote on them or here's some other show ideas.
All right, we're doing that tomorrow. I like that. That's a fun Friday.
And then whoever names a show, we give $100 out to. So that's what I would say.
All right.
So I want to name the show, and then also get whatever we name the show will be our email address. So if you ever want to email Luke, I, or the producer, etc., then you can just send an email that way too. We'll also give you a number you can text us to. All right. Well, thank you guys. We got to go to our 1 o'clock meeting. Maybe one day we'll put that live. Again, hit the like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we appreciate you guys tuning in each day. And we'll be looking on Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn for those shares with the hashtag ZingerNation. I just did a check on Twitter. It looks like 35 of you guys have already shared that, maybe a few more. And PJ Williams, we always love you. If you ever need anything from us, let us know. You want my siren and flashing light back? I had a lot of little gimmicks, lights, and toys.
Go back to the room.
I know. No, that was in my. The siren was in that flooding office. That house is still unusable. Yeah. And Chris is doing a SPAC show. He needs to get more people on it, or the SPAC show may get canceled. Or I'm just joking, Chris. This is whatever. All right. We'll talk. Maybe I'm not joking, Chris. We got to get more likes. You got to go out there and promote, my man. All right, guys. Have a great day.
All right. Peace. Happy trading.
Happy trading.
See you guys.